him hosting to take back with him to Canada, to England.
Are you going first?
I'm technically hosting.
Yes, he's hosting.
So hosts will go first?
Yes.
Yeah, I bring everyone up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the whole, that's fun. Yeah. They go first. Get ready for fun.
Yeah,
You're ready. You're ready.
Oh, for sure. I've hosted before.
We're live. We're so live. Yes, and you may have hosted before, but only when you host at the LA School of Comedy, you know that we have drama and a lot of fun. And if people tell you you're funny, you probably are. So you should get down here, groove, come down, get to the jam. And I'm getting ready to bring up a gentleman who's leaving us to go to the UK. I say it every time because I cry when I go home. I'm really going to miss him. The talented, the one and only Ryan Benson. Let him hear it.
Hello, LA School of Comedy. I am your wonderful host for a wonderful few. I am Ryan Benson.
Ryan.
If you don't know anything about me, I'll just straight up say I'm very flexible. I've learned that, like, genetically I'm flexible. It's not just kind of like built into me. I went to the physical therapist. I go to both mental therapy and physical therapy, of course, because I'm fucked up. But when he was there, he's like, yeah, you, no wonder you hate your life. You are like, on the scale of 1 to 10, I am a 10 on flexibility. Like, my ligaments just don't support me. So now I'm really happy I'll be able to finally suck my dick. To start this off, I'm going to bring up someone that does the things that he wants to do and really likes to use Prep H. Kenzie, get up here.
Heyo. Thank you, Ryan.
We made it. Oh wow, how intimate. I was thinking the other day in here that, like, these lights, I don't know, they like remind me of kindergarten. You know, it's like kind of it's a school, so like it makes sense, you know. But and then it got me thinking about kindergarten. I was like, what did I even learn in kindergarten? Like, all I remember is cutting circles and learning how to trap a leprechaun. Those are the two things I took from kindergarten. You know, building a little trap and cutting circles. Like, meanwhile in China, right, they're doing like calculus, biz calc, like kindergarten. It's nuts, dude. We're behind. No wonder they're pulling ahead over there. Well, and, you know, they got, you know, communism, and they're able to go crazy with the numbers and bullshit a whole lot of stuff to make them look better than they are, even though there's like a whole lot of genocide going on. And, you know, they cut out all the black people from their Disney movies. That's something China likes to do. Yeah, they did that for Star Wars. Did y'all know that? On the cover of one of those Star Wars where the black dude is the trooper. Yeah, Finn. Yeah, they took him off the cover and took him out of most of the parts when they screened it in China. And they take out all the gay people, too. Yeah, it's communism. Yeah, it's great over there in China. Their kindergartners are getting ahead, though. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I struggled with kindergarten, with school, like, what was happening at the time. My parents went through a divorce, like, a year prior. My biological dad and my biological mom, they split up because what was it, my dad was military, so he was always like deployed, you know, he was out killing a bunch of people out in war and shit, and my mom, she was out sleeping with a bunch of people back home, you know, serving the local troops, something like that. But yeah, she got fed up with the military life, let him know she'd been having an affair, so they split up just before kindergarten. So that was cool. Yeah, so that was a big time affair that went down in my life. Freaking affairs have been a common theme throughout my life, actually. Let's think. So there was that one. All right, that was a big one. I was 4 or 5, parents, divorce, affair. My mom remarries to this guy, Scott. I consider him my dad. He's overall a great guy. But they were together for 12 years. He had an affair for 6 of those 12 years. Tail end of 6. Yeah, fun times. And what was it? It was funny how I found out. I came home from school one day. I was 17. Came home from baseball practice. Went to the family computer. Was going to look up some porn. Check it out, you know. Go wank. But then I come across my dad's emails between him and some lady on Craigslist. Yeah, talking about him having her call him sir, like all this shit. Meet me in San Diego. They'd been going out partying, having a good old time. So I'm like, what do I do? Oh my God, this is some crazy information. My dad's cheating on my mom. My mom doesn't know it, but I know it. So I go and talk to my stepsister. My stepsister talks to my dad, comes back to me, offers me a hand job to shut me up. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you guys get it. You're on Pornhub, stepsister porn. All right. But no, that didn't actually happen. But the hand job didn't happen. Everything else happened. But my dad begs us to keep quiet, not tell my mom. So I don't. You know, I don't know. I feel like I'm like, you know, bros before hoes, you know? No, sorry, Mom. But yeah, I found that out. Fast forward 6 months later. What was it? Yeah, I'm sleeping in my bed at home. I hear some crashing downstairs, some fighting going on. I'm like, what's happening? So I stumble out of bed. It's 2 a.m. My mom's screaming at my dad. My dad's like breaking down. She looks to me. She's like, this motherfucker's been cheating on me for 6 years. And I was just like, oh, that's like 4 more than I knew about. But yeah, she's down there. They're going at it. She picks up the landline. She chucks it across the room at my dad. I gotta duck. It crashes against the cabinet. Splat. Like, he ducks it too. My mom's got a cannon. Yeah, so that was the end of the relationship and the last landline that there ever was. Yeah. We stumbled through that, but we got there. But yeah, affairs, man. I feel like an affair is like a fair, you know, for adults. Alright? Like, that's what the A in affair stands for, adult, and then the F stands for fuck. It's an adult fuck fair, you know? Except this fair, instead of eating elephant ears, you're eating ass and pussy and nibbling on ears. Yeah, instead of shooting your shots in the basket, you're shooting your shots elsewhere. Depends on how vulgar we want to take this joke. But yeah, instead of broken down rides, it's broken down homes. Oh, so sad. But yeah, affairs, you know, Tiger Woods, Bill Clinton, you know, fun times. How much time I got, man?
You have like 4 minutes.
Okay, we've been chilling. Alright, I took that in a direction I wasn't thinking of going. Anyways, moving on from that affair jokes. Thanks for being here, y'all. Thanks for coming tonight. This is a super small room tonight. For a Friday, too. For a Friday, usually, like, you know.
Monday.
It's a
This is like a Monday right now.
No. Oh, dude, I'm stoked for Monday. I'm taking the drug test Monday for the new job.
Nice.
Fucking thank God I got that new job. Because I was, like, this close to sucking dick. I got a friend, he was gonna pay my rent. Like, he was like, if you suck my dick and spend the night, I'll pay your rent. Like, straight up. Like, and I was like this close, but I got the job. Thank God. Yeah, it was getting close, man. Yeah, I moved to LA like a year ago to pursue fame and fortune, straight up, and get into acting. I was like naive, you know. I was coming from finance and like kind of an idiot, like naive overall. I'm in my 20s, so it's like, you know, you're in your 20s, you're naive, you know. But I like kind of took a leap of faith. I was like, fame, fortune, dope. I'm moving to LA. So far, I've just picked up a mild cocaine addiction and got really close to sucking that dude's dick for money. I've just been going broke. You know, I have burnt all my savings to the ground. It's gone downhill. So yeah, this job is a blessing and a half, and I'm back in finance. I'll be fulfilling my destiny as a finance bro once again. You know, talking stocks to old rich folk and letting them know about the economic status of the world. Yeah, and it's a good job too. I'm stoked. It's gonna be from home, you know, so I can just be jerking off and telling people about Tesla going down. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm pretty stoked about it. But I got the drug test Monday, so yeah, I'm 2 weeks without weed as well, which It's probably been the longest time since I've been in LA, at least. You know, I've never been like a huge pothead, but like I've always, like, since about 15, consistently smoked weed. You know, I'd go to school high, I'd go to baseball practice high, I would, sweet. Yeah, I've loved smoking weed all my life. You know, fucking in class, I don't know how I didn't get in trouble in class, because I would, like, smoke a J in my car before it reeked like weed, and then be laughing somehow during a 8 a.m. chemistry class. Like, it's not funny, you know, it's chemistry. So the fact that I didn't, get in trouble there, I don't know, man. Yeah, fun times smoking weed in school, and learning how to trap leprechauns. All right, guys. Yeah, all the way back. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble on in a small, intimate group. Ryan, come on back. Thank you so much for the time.
Good shit.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's get another round of applause for Kenzie. He did it so that we can all succeed. Yeah, weed's a struggle. I understand that. It's been a hard life, you know. When people say that you were addicted to weed and had to go to rehab, they make fun of you. But, you know, you're addicted to sucking dick, so, you know, we all go. But, I mean, I want to just say, yeah, it's like something I've kind of noticed is something that would be cool is, like, you know how there's, like, for, like, Snapchat, I know not everyone here uses Snapchat. They have, like, streaks that, like, say for the yearly, like, how long you've been on, like, 5 years. I think they should do that for, like, dating apps, so that you can really see how long these lurkers have been on, so that you don't kind of get into an old tangle. But, I mean, like the dating apps you're on can tell you a lot about the kind of person they are. And for me, I'm on Hinge and Grindr, so I'm on very separate odds of the spectrum. You know, part of me wants to settle down, but also wants to get my dick sucked by a guy. So, you know, it's a bit hard, but it's something that I've kind of come to terms with is, like, it's like my mom, she one thing she told me not to do is to be a porn star. So I've kind of started to be like, I'm a sexual performance artist, Mom. Because it's like they're very big different things, you know. Porn star, they just have sex in front of a camera and make money. Well, I, on the other hand, I make love. I yearn to tell the audience the symbolic nature of me skull fucking somebody.
Damn.
You know, that's what the government is doing with society. You know, it's like I'm kind of trying to figure that out, but it's like it's a lot of passion I bring to it, and you don't see that anymore because OnlyFans has kind of brought everyone to kind of consider themselves like a model, a sexual entertainer, and they're all fake. They just want it for the money. I do it for the passion, for all the liquids. I'm taking a lot of bullets for everyone here. The people that I'm sleeping with, I keep off the streets to take care of you all. You should thank me later. I compare myself to a Vietnam vet in that sense. I went out into the jungle, got people jump on me and ride me, but I don't get any of the thanks I get when I come back. But thank you all. Thank you for my service later. I would like to bring up an old classic, the LA School of Comedy, Eric. Whoop, whoop.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ryan. So, wow, it's very emotional that Ryan's leaving. Yeah. So anyway, hi everybody. I'm still using AOL chat rooms, so just fuck off. I'm Eric Kwasniuk, and let's see. I'm from Philly. I don't know if anyone knows Philly. It's where alcoholism was invented. It's on the East Coast, surrounded by two rivers, the Pabst Blue Ribbon River and the Coors Light Creek. I was breastfed by my mother at the corner bar, so basically everything just developed through Genesee Cream Ale. So that's my past. Let me see. I had breakfast today, and I was thinking about cancel culture, and because I opened the cabinet and I found a bottle of Aunt Jemima, the actual body of Aunt Jemima, and I had that, pancakes, and then I had Captain Crunch. And so I was just looking at the bottle and I was looking at the captain and I was just thinking about there was the slave and there was her master on the box of Captain Crunch. And I used to think that the captain was some seafaring captain, but no, he was the slave owner. And I started to get really emotional about it because I thought to myself, everyone has canceled the slave, but nobody has canceled the slave owner. Okay, and the captain still has his own aisle in the supermarket. Okay, so he still owns land, but the slave is off the shelves. You know, and I think it's important to see her in her, you know, in her frozen glory as she was encapsulated inside a bottle with her hands clasped in front of her. She had a hard life. She could not move at all. The only thing she was her destined to do was dip and pour. Dip and pour. That's what she did for her entire life. Dip and pour. And this fucking slave master is on the box of fucking Captain Crunch, and he still owns land. I'm just saying, if we're gonna cancel, you know, let's get rid of the perpetrator. You know what I mean? What the fuck? I mean, I'm mixed race. I grew up on a dead-end street in Philadelphia, okay? Black, white, Indian, Portuguese, fucking, I was either black or white depending on my fucking checking account, okay? How much I had in my checking account. I lived on a listen, I grew up. Okay, first of all, my last name is Kwasniuk, okay? It's just destined. Yuck. You have the yuck in your last name, you're pretty much fucked for life. You're not going very far, okay? I grew up on a dead-end street, okay? My house faced a junkyard. I grew up watching a Chevy Impala rust, okay? That was watching things rust. That was my childhood, all right? That and getting bullied by these fucking monsters, these alcoholic kids, alcoholics kids, come on, alcoholics kids who fucking brutalized us, you know. I'm a fucking, like, I didn't know it. I don't know that I'm queer. You know what I mean? In the early 80s, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But, like, you know, I was on my way, but I didn't know it yet, you know? But I was brutalized, man. I was fucking chased all over the place. I used to, you know, I mean, look, my last name is Kwasniuk, my first name was Faggot. I mean, that's just the way it was, you know? And I thought it was like a French thing when I first heard it, you know, like fagot, fagot, you know? I was like, wow, you know, until I understand that it was like a real hateful fucking word. And then, but I always hid under the cars. That's what I did. I would hide under the cars and I always would lay there and I would get like dripping transmission fluid, you know, in my face and oil from the fucking car as I saw these nasty rugrats run past me with their skanky little Bobo sneakers. And I'd lay there and I'd think, oh my God, you know, and these are with my violin and I just lay there, oh my God, please Lord, don't let them kill me. And so, yeah, I'm just jumping around tonight. Yeah, so I'm the oldest of 8 kids and we're very close family. That's why I moved to LA. Wait, did I say that right? No.
That's why I left them.
That's why I left them. Yeah, we're very close. That's why I left them.
So I left them to LA.
That's what. Yeah. But I got to say it right. Then I've been, you know, a lot of comics deal with a lot of depression, and one of the things that they do is they try to make people laugh because it's healing, and not just for the audience, but for the comic themselves. And a lot of comics struggle with depression. I struggle with depression. I have been really depressed this week, you know, and this is, wait, okay, how do I want to say this? So I struggle with depression, and but this damn it, okay, I know I can do this. Okay, so I struggle with depression, and yeah, and oh man, okay, I struggle with depression, but but I'm fine because I live in LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just fine. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we were just, talking about like Elton John's last tour, and how exciting it would be to like have tickets to go see it. And and what I was thinking was I would love to climb up into the top of this parking garage, and just jump off the 6th floor. But instead, I started singing Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. No, so I want to do something with this because I really want. Okay, so yeah, I live in LA, and where depression is, I gotta go. Okay, something about it. When you're depressed, you say, "I'm fine. Yeah, I'm doing great.
Okay.
I'm doing good. I'm really doing well." Because. Okay, it's not, the energy's not there. Okay. Damn it. What else? I just drove my car up here that I won on The Price is Right. Yeah. I know, thanks. That's a lot. Thanks a lot. That always gets applause. Yeah, I was on a game show. I won. And I was on the show twice. I won the showcase 2 times on The Price is Right. The only guy in 50 years of the show that's been on the show twice and actually won twice. I was also the only guy on that show where they could not pronounce my last name when I was called to come down. And they tried 2 or 3. It was Quas. I was like, "It's me!" And I just ran, I think they were trying to, they were trying to get a little color on the show. 2 minutes. I got 2 minutes. I scratched my balls on national television because I was so nervous. Just that little, anyway, I'm not going to do it now. But when you just adjust yourself for a second. And so that's what my, of course, like my sisters had to talk about. Not that I won 80 grand in prizes, but that I scratched my balls on national television. So, yeah, but you know what? But see, everything, it doesn't matter how depressed you are, because if somebody tells you you're going to win a prize, forget about it. I go, absolutely. If there's a prize, I wish every day that there was some chance to win a prize. Wouldn't that be incredible? If you woke up in the morning and there was the chance that somebody that you were gonna, I don't know, win a prize. Anyway, I don't know what else I really want to say except that, the AOL chat rooms, they're pretty good. I got 1 minute. That means I got 1 minute. But this is the thing. See, this is the thing about trauma, right? So when I laid underneath the car when I was a kid, the thing is, you never know when trauma is going to bite you in the ass later on in life, because we go through life and all of a sudden something happens and we go, holy shit, I'm at fucking Jiffy Lube, right? Last year I'm at Jiffy Lube and I had a leak in my transmission. I walk into Jiffy Lube and Hank, the mechanic, I said to him, I got a leak. And he goes, you know what? I checked it out. You got a cracked engine block. It's leaking. It's going to cost you like $1,500. I started crying. I started sobbing. And it's just not going anywhere. Okay. Anyway, thank you.
What did he do? What did he respond?
He said to me, listen, I'm not your therapist. I'm a mechanic, okay? I'm not your therapist. I'm a mechanic, Because, and the next thing you know, I'm finger painting in the psych ward. You like my rabbit? I made a rabbit. Anyway, thank you. Thank you all. Eric Kwasniak.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peace.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Eric. We are a place of many
You got
great,
it.
funny people.
Fingerpainting in the psych ward. I'm so
Yes.
happy. Okay.
You see that Dave Chappelle show got canceled a couple days ago.
No.
Yeah, it got moved to a different space, but it's a weird spot for comedy. For like when you say freedom of speech can like cross the line of harming people, but I feel like we're an accepting place. Comedy is the place where you're gonna get made fun of, and you should be okay with it. But if you don't know, I don't really have a joke. I just wanted to mention it.
Hell show got canceled?
No, he was gonna do like an hour somewhere.
Oh.
It's a Dave Chappelle, his show.
New special.
Yeah, or whatever. He's just touring, making funny jokes better than us. But you know, he's too good. Can't stop him. He'll just keep growing.
He's the goat.
You want to hear an impression?
Yeah.
Okay, this is of a gay vampire. I want to suck your cock. Good. Yeah. Like it. You want to know his name? I am Count Dragula. Ga ga ga. Thank you everyone for letting me do that. Pete, you're gonna do some minutes for us, just so that it feels like this is longer than before.
Thank you, Ryan. It's been a tough night, you know. The few of us here. It's Friday. I feel like I maybe have been depressed too, probably don't know it though. But you know, it's I've learned like body language is a big thing with dealing with mental states of mind. You know, they always tell you that the power poses are really good for you. And smiling and looking up in the sky also helps. That's saying. Interestingly enough, it's some things kind of kick you out of stuff, but you know, what can you do? I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know what the hell's going on. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to grow up rich because my friends would have a lot of nice things. So one day I decided to show my friends that I was rich by stealing $100 from my grandmother's purse and showing it off at school. Just the $100 bill. You know, I always thought the $100 bill was the classification of wealth. Benjamin Franklin, for me, was like as good as Ronald McDonald. And for a kid who was in 3rd grade, it's just as good. So I decided to take the bill to the school, and I planned this out. I said I was going to go to the lunchroom, stand in line, get my lunch, hold up the line, wait till there was a long line out of the door. Everybody was in single file. And I was going to raise up that $100 bill and say, everybody here who wants snacks, ice cream, sodas,
Careful.
chips, get it, it's on me. $100, especially, I don't know when that was. That was in the early 2000s. So that was a lot of money. So everybody's super excited. We're yelling, Peter's the man. Peter, Peter, Peter. And then this lady's getting all excited. She's like, for sure. I'm like, get it for yourself. Get yourself an ice cream, baby. And so she goes ahead and takes a marker just before she accepts. Everybody's got their ice cream. And it turns out to be a fraudulent bill. And that was when I realized that not only was I poor and Hispanic, but I was also a fraud.
Shit.
Alright guys, it's not that serious. It's not that deep. It's a joke. I mean, it's not that intense. I'm not like... It's not that intense. You know, just like when girls pick their wedgies in public, it's not that intense. What's the big deal? Guys do it, right? No, they don't. It's hard. I feel like a guy has no right to do it. But I am not against seeing a woman pick her wedgie in public. I say pick away. Pick away. I'm gonna pull out something here to see if I can try out some new material.
I thought it was gonna be $100 bill.
If you want to suck some dick later, you know. I heard you're having some. Oh, you got a job. You got a job. You got a job. That's good.
Yeah.
For now.
For now.
No, it's still gonna be stable.
It's like a pyramid scheme for sucking dick. I had to suck the dick to get the 100, and then you have to get, you know. It's that's how it works, you know.
Trickle down dick sucking.
Have you ever seen? Have you trickle down sucks? That's funny.
Yeah, take it out.
That's funny. What was trickle? Anyway, I'm gonna. It's good. You know when speaking that you just got a job, it's a corporate job, right?
Yeah.
They always do like pizza parties at these places.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? This is a corporation. You know, it should really when you're in a corporation and they're throwing pizza parties for you for like hitting sales goals. I think you should really start to reconsider that company's performance. Because pizza, you know, it's nice. I get it. I'm not gonna judge, but I think our palates have matured in a corporate standpoint. You got people who are like serving 26 years at a company and they give you a mug and a chocolate and maybe like a 2% a year wage raise. Yeah. But life isn't all that gloomy, you know. That's one thing that LA has with the nature. You know, you get to look out into vast horizons, get to appreciate the mountains, sometimes silence, sometimes not being in a predicament. Being grateful, having a family. But it's tough, you know. I think I have the same situation. You said you come from 8? Yeah. I've come from 4. But I'm all here. I don't really want to be with them, but I love them to death. I'm grateful that they're in my life. You know, one of my brothers, he's like a con artist that never takes the money. So he'll pump you up. He'll be like, bro, I'll make you $1 million. Just give, you know, I got you. You know, you buy this. Dude, buy into this crypto coin. But when it comes down to it, he won't take the money. It's kind of an interesting character I want to work on. Well, I'm gonna try to tell a story that happened to me today. Fuck, I'm flopping.
It's okay.
Shit!
Don't worry about it.
Part of it.
Don't try to please us. Just talk. Don't worry about pleasing us. Yeah.
Stop playing with the rope.
Dude, this is like so hard to do, man. Like, why did I fucking do this?
Yeah, you're doing it.
This is great.
It's okay.
You know what?
Part of the
It
process.
sucks because you get addicted to wanting to be on stage, but it's like you're here and you're like, that's what you do acting, right?
So I don't need to know what they tell me what to say.
Yeah.
Oh.
So talk about Pete. Who are you? Where are you from?
Yeah.
Just talk about
I'm
yourself.
from Miami.
From Miami. How long
I
have
am
you
from
been here?
Miami.
Yeah.
Miami.
Cuban.
Miami's very different from LA, I have to say. There's a big party scene, big stripper scene,
Yeah.
Big coke scene.
big cocaine scene, yeah.
Yeah.
You get that now.
Not very much like LA, you know, LA doesn't have that.
Are you sure about that?
It's not the same as Miami, because Miami does stay open later than 10
Yeah.
o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Stays open till 4 in the morning, sometimes 7 in the
Yeah.
next day. So coming out here was kind of a surprise.
Yeah. So you're Cuban.
No, I'm not Cuban. I think that should be considered a little bit like racist, but it's not. That should be racist though.
Oh, because Miami. Yeah. No.
No, it's not. Racist. I'm Nicaraguan actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I am Nicaraguan,
Wow.
but I go by Peter instead of Pedro because I don't want to be treated like a second-class citizen.
That's funny.
You thought so?
Yeah,
it's
that's
always
fine.
it's always funny when people say that it's funny. I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that. That joke sometimes it hits and sometimes it doesn't work like one-on-one when you're meeting somebody because they're like, "Oh, poor guy, shit." And you're like, "This is a joke."
I have a lot of jokes there like that.
Yeah, what's the deal? You know, there's something about trying to like convert a self-deprecating joke into something that doesn't have to become too depressing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it all comes down to like conversation humor versus like stand-up comedy. It's like you can be a funny person when you're talking to people, but when you're on stage, it's a completely different thing.
Well, then what you say that, and then you have come up with examples. When I'm Pedro, somebody speaks to me like this, and then when I'm Peter, somebody maybe say this,
right.
That's so you have to find some.
Tell the story about the hotel. When you checked into the hotel with Pedro.
Oh, right, I did. I went to a very schwanky hotel to try to review it in Santa Monica, and what I decided to do was use my name as Peter, which is my nickname. My birth name is Pedro. So I check into a hotel under a reservation of Peter and decide to go in, and they always ask for your ID when you check into a hotel. And they notice the discrepancy of like, this guy says he's Peter, but this ID says Pedro. So I always wanted to know if they would mention it and what they would do, how they would treat me. And if even they would bring it up. I mean, it's my face on the ID, it's the same last name, what the fuck, right? Why would you bring it up? And so sometimes this happened actually, and where they asked me, and I came in all disheveled, yellow shirt, untrimmed beard, shaggy hair, sweaty with a skateboard, just to see how they would treat me. And they were like, they saw the discrepancy, they were curious, and I was like, yeah, but it's, it's my name. And, they could sense a little bit of the discomfort as to why they would even ask. Like, why would they ask, right? They don't even know what they asked. And then they bumped my room up to a suite. So I got hooked up there with a little hack. So if any of you guys want to have a hack, just use the Spanish version of your name when you walk in. Maybe. It works. It worked for me twice. That was interesting. Experience for sure.
So you got special treatment for
I got special treatment because I was almost surprised. Not offended, but surprised. And so in the hospitality industry, you're encouraged to, especially in nice places, they're encouraged to accommodate guests. And if they sense the slightest bit of, that's kind of bullshit. I know a comic whose name is Tane, and they look at his license and people are like, what is your name, Taint? And it's like, that's the most fucked up shit to say. It's his joke, but it's fucked up because there's nobody named Taint in the world. But it's like, why would that be your first thing? It's like a matter of like disrespect in a sense. And when you see it, it's funny. Joining the CIA is kind of like selling your soul to the devil, actually. Like, that's probably the closest job that would be considered selling your soul to the devil. 1 minute. Cool. So I have a friend who his girlfriend's very much, very cool with him about doing like drugs and alcohol and things like that. Like, she won't bat an eyelash if he does a line of coke. But her thing is nicotine with him. If he hits nicotine, like a Juul or a vape, she'll get heated. So he always hides it from her. So he goes out and he work with me and stuff because I do some petitioning work right now. And he would come out with me and do this, and he would always hit it, and he would hide it before going to see his girlfriend. But then one day, he gets a call from his girlfriend, and she's pissed. And she's like, we got a ticket because you ran a red light, and we got it in the mail in Miami because they're from Miami, and the mom sends it to her, and she sends the picture. And when he gets home, he's like, oh, no big deal, I'll just pay the money, he's working. He gets home and he realizes that the picture shows him hitting the vape as he's running a red light. And so she has been betrayed this whole time, not by a cheat, not by a drug addiction, but a nicotine addiction. And vaping is very much frowned upon out here in California, very different from Florida. That's my time. Don't lie to your girlfriends because they will find out.
Hey.
Let's get a round of applause for everyone who's gone up today. everybody. Yeah. Comedy's hard. Make jokes, you know, you figure it out. Sometimes it's easier when you're not thinking about it. So, I don't know how to end it like Sunda does. If you think you're funny, you probably are. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
I'm Sunda. Good night.
Good night. Woo!
You go up to stream.
Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Go to Chrome.
Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
Oh, you too. Bring it in.
How are you? How's the bridge gonna go?
Oh, dear God. Yeah, the yoga stream.